Hi, and welcome into Meet Me the Movies Open Dialogue. I am Thomas Manning, and today I'm very honored to be sharing with you my recent conversation with actress Charmaine Bingwa, talking about her performance in the film Emancipation, directed by Antoine Fuqua and starring Will Smith. And this film is based on true events and very real people from history, and it's such a really a powerful film, and it moved me in so many beautiful ways, and Charmaine's performance was at the root of a lot of that, and I really appreciated the time I got to spend talking with her about Emancipation, which has been nominated for 5 NAACP Image Awards, and you can watch Emancipation now on AppleTV Plus. Thank you so much for tuning into this conversation, and I hope you enjoy.
De nou fek, ven isi, yo pousse pou yo chanje nou. Yo chanje non nou. Yo chanje langaj nou. Yo même essayé pou yo chanje ki moun nou ye.
Hey Charmaine, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, and I really appreciate you taking the time for this, and I'm really honored to be talking with you about Emancipation. And I want to ask first off about the opening scene of this film, which is such a powerful sequence, and it lays the emotional foundations for this family that we care so deeply for. And, you know, with very little dialogue, there's this lifetime of love that's conveyed in that moment between Peter and his family. So what stood out to you about filming that moment on set, and what has stayed with you in the time since then?
I love how you say a lifetime of love. That's beautifully phrased, and that's really what we were going for. It's and it's kind of a spiritual, universal love. I mean, it was really important to set up that this family just needed to stay together, how precious they were to each other. And weirdly, I remember things like a little shaft of light that beautifully came through the window, and also humorously, Will washing my feet as well was definitely something I didn't expect would happen in my lifetime.
Right, yeah, that's, I'm sure not many people can say that Will Smith has washed their feet before, so
That's true.
that's wonderful. And in your portrayal of Dodienne, she's this mother figure with such an incredible resolve and strength about her. So did that lead you to reflect or think of anybody from your own life that has impacted you in a similar way?
Yeah, I think many people, but I think, you know, it's definitely a personal story for me, because it definitely reminded of she reminded me of my own mother, who sacrificed deeply and greatly just so her family could have a better life than herself. And it just, yeah, I wanted the role to be an ode to all strong Black women out there who are often unsung heroes. And it was interesting, as part of my preparation was I really wanted to hear stories from enslaved people themselves to make sure I was, you know, accurate and reflecting what actually happened. And you know, I had this moment where one of the last stories I read before I went to bed was the story of an enslaved woman who was beaten terribly, so terribly she wasn't able to open her jaw because she misplaced her mistress's cutlery. And what actually happened was I started to feel some of the experiences these women felt from all those stories that I absorbed. And I felt I woke up with my jaw stuck myself, and I could feel the pain and the stuckness and the voicelessness. And it really helped me to empathize with the character.
Wow, well, thank you so much for sharing that. And this kind of goes along those same lines. And I don't know if you can recall specifically the first time that you ever saw the famous photo of Peter, but, you know, if you can remember generally, did you find that your emotions surrounding that photograph to evolve or even deepen based on your experience with this film?
Oh, gosh, yes. I remember I came across the photograph because I was preparing to do a play called Doubt a Parable in Australia, and it really struck me and stayed with me. But like many people I speak to, I didn't know the story behind it. So when I got the script, I read it twice immediately, and I was so enthralled by this one man's journey, and how his ability and his being brave was able to inspire a whole civil rights movement that helped us be at a more equitable place today.
Well, Charmaine, I know you have a very busy day today, but I really do appreciate your time and fitting me into your schedule, and I was very moved by your performance in Emancipation, and I'll be tuning in to any of your future films and projects, and hopefully we get a chance to speak again sometime in the
I
future.
appreciate you, and it's so lovely to speak to you. Thank you.